Hey everyone, Egman here with another video. We've got Spencer Bryant with his deck that he's running in our prelim we're running this month. So what's your deck?
I am playing the new Towa leader.
Towa, all right. A lot of people have a lot of opinions about this card.
Yeah.
So.
My personal opinion on this card, the leader itself I don't think is super great. The front is okay, the back is also okay, and I'll explain what it is. But the cards that you can play and how she plays in the deck make her sort of viable, in my opinion. So what she does on her front is once per turn you can mill 3 cards and then search for the top 5 for a Fu or a Mira, which adds your win con. It adds a lot of answers for a lot of different decks, like Janimba. You can add this guy off of it, and you can add
such a great card.
Yeah, this card's amazing. You can add all win con. It's great. That's probably the best part about this leader. And then you awaken whenever you have 10 cards in your warp that are black. You untap one and switch one, which can be a problem. I just got done playing you, and you victory struck me from 8 life.
Yes.
So there's times and situations where you're like, I need cards in my life, but I can't access them.
Yeah. Do you have any situations where it's the reverse, where someone's too aggressive and you don't have 10 cards in your warp?
No, I've never had that problem.
Okay, cool.
You play that. We also play this card, which also helps out with getting rid of cards in your deck so you can awaken faster.
Yeah, so let's go into the battle card. Actually, I guess the opposite side of this.
The opposite side. It doesn't draw when it attacks, which kind of sucks. Activate main, choose 3 black cards, give a mirror critical. There are a lot of really good targets in this to give critical. So that's really cool.
And even though it doesn't draw one, it's kind of can make hand advantage even, right?
So I never really have a problem with not having cards in my hand. I just have cards that I want to utilize very differently for different things.
Sure.
So not having a draw is okay. And normally, I don't ever swing with this leader. The leader never gets tapped. So it makes things easy. And then she has a activate battle peel-off effect. So earlier today, somebody played the secret rare Demigra on me, and he tried to swing on me for game, and he didn't realize that thing can get rid of triple strike.
They can't get rid of Victory Strike. It's not that good, but
I'm not playing God Strike Beer.
Well, hey. Cut the channel. No.
But so we can do that, and that makes that's what makes her sort of okay. But other than that, she's just an okay leader. So onto the deck itself. Let's start from lowest to highest. I play 2 of this card. It searches more Miras, and it searches Masked Saiyan, which I'll just show here because I have it. I only have 1. I would probably play more of this card if I had more of this card, but I lent them out and I don't know what happened.
Okay.
So, play 1 of those and then 2 of those. Also searches all the mirrors, just like the Fu.
Definitely.
Play 1 Kami, 1 Cronoa, 1 Toki Toki. I probably am going to up this ratio a little bit more because I ran into the problem earlier where I Toki Toki'd and Cronoa was in my life, and one time I was playing against you, I Toki Toki'd, I tried to play Kami or Cronoa, and 1 was in my hand, 1 was in my life, and I just straight -1. And in a deck where you don't draw a lot, it's sort of bad.
And do you find that you need more things to do on turn 1 or 2 sometimes, just with energy wise, or? I
don't really mind not doing something turn 1. Because you can play this card also. So if you're playing against a really aggressive deck like Vanilla, or you're playing against some crazy jank, this card kind of stops them from progressing even further. This card is amazing. I side 2 more of them. That's great. 4 super combo.
Great.
Kind of standard. Then I play 4 of the big money card.
Oh boy, $200 right here. Watch out.
This card is wonderful, but there are times when I mill out a lot of cards, and I want to awaken quicker, but I don't have a lot of cards in my hand. So it gets kind of awkward with him when I need cards in my hand, but I need to awaken so I can stop a card that has barrier from victory striking me.
Yes, exactly.
And there are other problems overall, this card is amazing. There would be no reason to not run 4 of it if you could get 4 of it. But there are just some times where it kind of messes you up.
You probably play 1 or 2 a game, probably on average.
1 or 2. Earlier today, I had all 4 of them out on the field, and I drew 6 off of a Scientist Fu.
So, and 1 energy draw 6. Right?
1 energy draw 6. It was amazing. But next to that, we play 3 of this guy. I don't know how I feel about him. I like the fact that he's a critical and he like helps you self-awaken quicker. But most of the time, I find that he's just like a -1 in a lot of situations.
Sure. But if you see him on like turn 1 or 2, that means you can awaken on turn 2, right? Yeah. So.
Which sometimes you don't. Again, you don't want to awaken that early because if you're playing against like Janemba or something, like they can just swing and do your active leader and make you mill.
And then you get life too for free. So.
You get life for free because like a lot of the stuff they're not going to be swinging into like battle cards. So it sort of helps.
Yeah.
But it's okay. Play 3 of this Mira. I'm thinking about bumping this thing up to 4.
I think it can see 4,
I think you should see it at 4. Like, just playtesting more today against different things. But this is a lot more effective against a lot more decks. And just getting a card out of their hand really early is wonderful.
And you search it with the 1-drop, you search it with the leader, all that.
Yeah, you search it with everything. It's easy. You're always going to find it. Works out. Next, I play 3 of these. Usually I'll only play this whenever I have a Vegeta on field, just so I can get a draw 2 off of it. But it's useful, and it's also a turn 1 or turn 2 play whenever you're not gonna attack your leader, because that's sort of like the play style of this. Like, I never attack because a lot of decks I've found like in the last couple of seasons, like they're not playing self-awakeners or their leader is self-awakens. So like if you can sit on vanilla at like 8 life, and they're not gonna have any cards in hand, especially whenever you warp them all later. So you can sort of just start playing around that. So like I never like attack with this deck. At least like how I've been playing it. I play 4 of this one.
Ooh,
oh
okay.
baby.
The spice. I was afraid of this card.
Yeah, this card is terrifying. This card can steal Path of Greatnesses. It can steal just really good cards. 1-drops. It can steal.
A lot of cards have a lot of just cards that stick for the entire game, like 1-drop slug. What is it?
Yeah, the 1-drop slug with wings.
Yes, wings.
Yeah, but that thing has barrier. But it's a good thing your leader gets rid of barrier.
Yes, definitely. So
it's really useful against taking things. It's really good for getting rid of Goku, like the 1-drop Goku. I wouldn't play any less than 4 than this.
And it's a Towa too, so you're playing. You need it anyways.
Yeah,
right?
you need Towas anyway.
Yeah.
So it's very, very, very useful. Next, I play 3 dimensional lander for Fu. This card, I think you need it, but I've always found it just sort of underperforming. Like a lot of the times I'm just trying to like gain value, and this like it can't in certain situations this card's really good. Like trying to get rid of a barrier thing that you already took away with your leader.
For free.
But most of the time I've just been charging this or using it for like combo power.
But I mean, once again, it's another target for the leader to search too. So it's never like it's just a good like energy card. Sometimes.
Yeah, it's a good energy card. It's good to find, and it also gets rid of a thing in a situation that you need it. So I wouldn't not play it, but just today it's just been kind of underperforming. Next, I will just show all these together because these are the best. Play 3 of that, and I play 3 of that. So this is what summons your big guy, which I play 4 of.
As you should.
And as I should. And this is my favorite card in the entire game. I love this card so much. But let me just like say what this thing does. This thing is double strike, deflect, and if I have 10 or more cards in my warp, which I'm going to because my leader has to have 10 or more. I can play for 4 instead of 5, which makes it real good. And it has double strike, and your leader gives Mira's critical. So you can swing with this, give it critical. It's already putting pressure on the board. They're taking cards from their hand to either stop the attack or doing it, and then you play the Mira on top of it, which warps 3 cards out of their hand, and then it plays it in active mode. Which is even better.
That's the biggest thing. It's not.
Yes, you play it in active mode, and then it can get in its own double strike, which is something that's very useful.
And then it doesn't leave the field either, right?
No.
So it's just a big old 30k boss monster.
Yeah, it's just a big old 30k boss monster that if you don't get rid of it, you're just going to keep taking critical hits that you cannot out-combo. Well, unless you're playing
you can't
something.
out-combo. We'll just say that.
Yeah, but
Fight me.
Then this one, it does the same thing, except it's an overrealm to play, and then it's tap 4. So there are certain situations where like you have a Towa that's in your drop that it's not in your warp, and you need to get it there, and this is like better in that situation. But
if you have like the 2-drop Vegeta out, then you draw a card, that kind of stuff.
Gets you cards that's more useful that way. But the problem is that this doesn't have deflect, but that does. So if you're playing against like a Cold Bloodless deck or some something where you're going to get counterplayed a lot. This card doesn't really perform as well, but that one does.
Yes.
Then the Mira itself, it just swings. It has like infinite attack.
Yeah.
When you play it, you warp 3 cards out of their hand. It's only 3, so if they have 2 cards in hand or less, it does not warp all of them. It only warps, like, if they have 3, they have to choose 3. And then it gets double strike when it's played with Union Fusion. So, wonderful card. Tap 1, over on 4.
Yeah.
Can't play less than 4 of it.
Yes, very much.
Perfect. Next, I play 1 Scientist Fu, just because it doesn't, like, do anything other than get you cards, because you're not attacking a lot.
Yeah.
So it's just a big thing that you can kill things with. Play 2 the Dark Vanisher Fu. This card's wonderful against Janemba because their turn 3 they can't deal with this card.
Yeah. And there's already hand destruction going on anyway.
Yeah. So turn 3, turn 3 is their turn 4 is their turn where they're going to start like milling you out and like actively milling you out for a lot of cards.
Yeah.
So your turn 4 that you get, or your turn 3, depending on whatever, you're going to get like a lot of cards in your draw.
Yeah.
So you're going to be able to play that usually. And you're getting 3 from your leader, and if you flip on that turn, you get 3 more.
Yeah.
So if you're going to play that card, it literally shuts their turn off if they don't have the Mafuba. And if they do have the Mafuba, you can play around it, because there are other cards that you can play.
Yeah.
That card's wonderful. Then I play 1 Secret Rare Demigra.
Yep.
It's a secret
Why
rare.
not?
Yeah. Sometimes it's kind of sucks whenever you mill it, but if you see it, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and you can put it back with Vegeta, right?
You cannot.
Okay.
Vegeta specifies 7 or lower.
Okay,
So
sorry.
you can't put either of those cards back on the bottom of the deck. If you could, that'd be pretty good.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
You cannot. And then I play 4 Power Burst.
You need a negate.
Yeah, you need a negate. This is the best negate for black because the other one is pretty bad.
And then can we see the side real quick?
Yeah, my side deck. This was specifically for, like what I was doing is siding for Janemba and then siding for Kidku specifically.
Which I think is a good for this event. I think is really good.
Yes, for locals like this, that was fine. So I sided 3 TNs, which stops that, 2 Supreme Kais, and that was really like what I was using for Janemba. For Kidku, I was siding 3 Crisis Crushers, playing 2 Towas.
Yeah, oh yeah, that'd be great.
Which is great. And then optionally 2 more of those cards.
Yeah.
So you can stop more aggro stuff. I sided 2 of those just in case I played against a Broly.
Yeah.
And then the best thing I was siding today.
Oh boy.
I sided the 1 4-star ball.
Oh boy. You saw the developer, right?
Yeah. I saw the developer. I was like, "That's amazing!" If he that's the most flex thing you could do on someone. And round 1, I played against Vanilla, and I stole his Goku, and I added it off, and he was like, "Oh my gosh!" But yeah, this was just something flex because I wanted to have an extra card, and against Kidfu you need extra cards anyway.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. But yeah, that's sort of the deck.
And so right now we're right before the final round. You're X1.
Yeah.
And so any thoughts, any closing thoughts with the deck or shoutouts and such?
I like the deck. I think it needs a little bit more work for more different matchups, but I think it could be very viable. I think they're like someone with the right capabilities and the right build play style can get this deck like to a high table, no doubt. Shout outs. I'd like to thank Tristan for letting me borrow this.
Yeah.
Because I did not have one at the time. And I just like to tell everyone to drink water. It's very important.
Yes. Stay hydrated. Sponsored by water.
Get dehydrated, you'll get sick, you'll get into situations where you have a little tiny heart, like I do, because I didn't drink a lot of water. So make sure you stay hydrated and tell your mom you love her.
All right. Thank you so much.
Guys.